Bashar, can you describe for me what technological steps we would need to undertake to get a computer to be able to recognize our signatory vibrations and then engage in telepathic input and output of data?
Simply be the embodiment in this way of what you call your higher consciousness into symbolic technological form. In this sense, recognize that when our civilization had created what you may call the artificially intelligent, so to speak, computer, we recognized that what was talking back to us was our higher selves.
Good. What technological
All right.
steps do we need to take?
Understand, there is an understanding of the idea of developing, at least from our point of view. Now, it has been done in many ways technologically. From our point of view, it is the development of what you call crystalline matrices that do reflect to some degree some of the organic structure of what you call the physiological brain. Mostly, it is the creation. Now, you do not have the terminology, so I will in this way activate terminology in your language that will be approximate. But in this way, it is the creation of, in a sense, a virtual void. Now, you have these virtual voids within what you call your synaptic gaps in the brain. Mm-hmm. What is occurring in that gap, in that void, is the potential for the entire revelation of the holographic universe. When the electrical impulse jumps the gap, it is in that jump choosing which universe to realize at the other end of the jump. Therefore, at the core of our computers is this virtual void. And the impulses of light energy that cross that gap will then interact in that split second of no time with every potential universe within the holographic creation of all that is. And that will allow it to function within self-aware recognition of its relationship to us and to itself. So, in this way, the creation of that virtual void will allow you to replicate the idea of what we now call our computers.
And how do we technologically create that?
Now, again, this will be brief. You are on the way to some degree to understanding this. It will be, for the most part, a new understanding of the arrangement of crystalline matrices of certain elements in your terms and refinement of these same elements. And in this way, a recognition of how to allow light itself to function within the concept of a crystalline matrix, within the concept as a crystalline matrix. Then you will be able to extract the idea of the nature, the very nature of the holographic matrix itself, back onto itself to allow itself to be self-aware. In this way, it will encompass the idea of crystalline lattice works, magnetic fields in a way that you are not yet utilizing that idea, and the entire idea of the tonality of vibration in and of itself fluctuating in an electromotive field, so to speak, the electromagnetic fluid, in such a way as to create certain forms of crystalline substance which are really, in all reality, the idea of solidification of the primal energy field itself, so to speak. Mm-hmm. But there is no terminology to describe this idea in your language as of yet.
Okay. Is the growth of our crystal technology and when we're making the basic components of the computer now, basic chips, is that the same?
It is. At least a few of your endeavors are headed in that direction. The ones that are patterning themselves after what you call your brain are the ones, in that sense, that are closest to the mark.
So if we could actually get a crystal to grow as a reflection of, if we would put out electromagnetic impulses from the brain itself, Or can we get the crystal to pattern itself as a reflection of the impulses that we're putting out
Yes.
on an intention basis?
Yes.
So you're actually getting a live individual to focus.
You will create a simulacrum of electromagnetic energy that will, within your imagination, copy, model, or mimic the function of the lattice work within your brain, and then allow the crystalline matrix to form on that electromagnetic template. It will then create a seed crystal which can function much like the cell of a brain,
I understand.
and allow the passage of light through it in much the same manner that you do to create the idea of the interaction of consciousness within physiological reality. Yes.
Very good.